Did your grandfather was in the German army?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What do you think about the after-war period during that time?
What I think about the war during the World War II?
After-war.
After-war?
Yes.
What I think about it?
Yeah.
It's a long period of time. So my what do you like to hear? So it's a big theme.
Wherever you want.
So what I think is, so my father met my grandpa met my grandma. And because his family, they were born in Poland. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And so there were, so they had a passport that was German, but they were born in Poland.
Okay.
And so they had to move from Poland to Germany. So my grandpa, he was soldier in the war for the German side, but but for the rest of them they stayed in Warsaw. And then they moved to Germany, and they were in a Internierungslager. I don't know the English word for it. So it's a place where people are who left their country, but who had a German passport, and so he was looking for his family. So that's why he came to the place where he met my grandma, and that's why they married, and then my father was born, and so that's the reason why I'm here. So it has a deep impact on my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing the day the wall fell down?
What I did? So
Yeah.
I was watching TV with my mom.
Did you celebrate it?
Not really. So it was a very impressive moment. So I was 6 years old, or I was 7 years old, and my father, so he worked in Mozambique. So he was not in the GDR during this time, and it was shocking. It was really shocking, and it was really like, okay, what will happen now? And I asked my parents, because my mom, she stayed in the GDR with my sister and me, and my father, he had a contract to do this how do you say this? Sozialistische Hilfe in English.
Oh, foreign aid.
Foreign aid. He did this foreign aid for the GDR in Mozambique, and he had a contract for 3 years. But it was just the first year that was over. So there were another 2 years, and so she was talking with them. They were writing letters, and she asked them what to do. So if she moves with my sister and me to Mozambique to stay there with him, but then they didn't know what kind of country they would it would be like when they come back. So that's why they decided that my father comes back, and so that we stay there. So it was interesting, but it was
Were you afraid about the falling of the wall?
No, I was too small. I was too young. I didn't understand what it means. Yeah, I just felt that it has an impact on our life, because I felt that my parents were irritated.
Could you describe your childhood during that time?
Before the war.
Before.
Less traffic, a lot less traffic. No commercial. No, this was shocking because after when we went to we lived not far away from the border. And when we went to the western part of Germany for the first time, it was really like, wow, all the commercials, all the colors, all the smell. It was like another country, really, another world. Yeah, that was really.
Did anyone in your family try to cross the wall?
Yeah, and no, they did.
Yeah.
My grandpa's brother. He, but it was before the wall was built.
Oh.
So people were able to travel where they want, and that's the reason why they built the wall because they wanted to stop this. Yeah. And he did it, and he moved to Karlsruhe. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see or hear any propaganda or adverts in television?
If I see propaganda against the western part of Germany,
yeah.
I was too small. I can't remember. I know that we watched we watched TV from the western part of Germany, which was not allowed. So, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite memory of your childhood?
There are many. Really.
Choose one.
For example, okay, I have two. And there was one. So I used to live in a small village. Not far away from Weimar. Weimar is a city in Thüringen, Thuringia, and there was not that much traffic. So we played that we are on the wall, on the fence, and we count the cars, and it was really. And we spent a lot of time with it because there weren't that many. So, and then it was one time there was a red Ferrari, and it was really like wow, it was really great. So yeah, and the other one is so I learned to ride my bike, and I had this. There are these GDR bikes. It's called Diamant. This Diamant bikes, and I had a really big one. I think it was a 26. So, but I was 5 or I was 4, and it was really big. So I couldn't be on the seat and put the legs on the ground. So, but I had to sit on the. I stood on the pedal. And so I rode the bike like that, and then I rode it, and my dad, so he helped me so that I don't fall. So that's why he helped me to fix it. So he ran next to me, and he was holding the Gepäckträger, so where you put the bags on it, and so then I went faster and it was downhill, and I didn't know how to use the brakes. So it was really, but I was really proud because I survived.
Could you add a negative memory?
Yeah, it was in the kindergarten. Do you understand? So where and I was forced to eat sausages, and I didn't like them, and that was the reason why I didn't want to go there anymore. And they all thought, I heard later that they thought that I did it because I missed my father. That wasn't the reason. So it was a lot of pressure. So if you don't want something as an individual, so there was no acceptance. So it was really was really.
How was school in the GD?
This is the other. I was never that sportive, and sport was very important in the GDR school system. So that's why. So when I went into school, so I had the first and the second class was GDR school system. It's called POS. So it's a school where pupils are together from the first till the 10th class, I had the GDI school system for 2 years, and I was the last generation of young Pioniere. So we had everybody had to be one. Yeah.
How was your life with your family during that time? Okay.
During that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what in relation to school or life at home or
At home.
at home? So my parents worked as teachers. So they had vacation at the same time. They were at home when I finished school too. So I always had the feeling that they had time for myself and that they were interested in me. And my father is a biologist, and he always during the weekend. So he went. So he went for a walk with us, and he played a lot with us. So he has a very good humor. So I really liked it. Yeah.
Okay. What were your political opinions?
Mine? Ecological things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the GDR nowadays?
Well, I was really. I think that I have memories for or in about a country that doesn't exist anymore. So I was socialized during a time that won't come back, and that I will never be able again to visit this place because it disappeared. And and it was nice to grow up in a country like that, but I didn't get in touch with the policy. So, and I think my feeling could be different if I would have been older. So, that's why I think, for example, school system. Yes, I think it's good that people are together from the first to the 10th class, but the pressure was high too. So that's why I think there were good things and there were bad things. Yeah.
Was it difficult to study in the school?
If it was, no. No. It was just difficult because, for example, I was not that sportive, so that's why it wasn't that funny not to be sportive. Yeah.
Okay. That's finished.
Okay.
No? Okay. What positive aspect do you remember about the GDA?
I really like that. I really like that that they had respect and that they liked work. So this is what I miss sometimes here. For example, if you it's a bit like the social difference is bigger in this society, I think. And for example, if you have the, how do you say, the Hausmeister?
Head janitor. The head of maintenance. Head of maintenance.
head of maintenance.
Maintenance.
For example, so those people don't get that much respect here, but in GDI time, all of them were so. And for example, a teacher that is a teacher for elementary school gets less money than a teacher that is at high school. This kind of difference didn't exist in the GDI time, and because they all had respect and they all need, So that's why work and social difference. Work was important, and it was work, and people were proud of be able to work or to do a handcraft. And I have the impression that this has changed in this society.
Would you like your daughter to grow up like you did?
Well, I think there are some aspects that I think are better now, and so that's why I have a daughter, and I'm quite happy that she grows up like she did. And and there are some aspects that are different.
Okay.
For example,
Have you read Staceland or any other book about the GDI?
If I read a what?
Stasiland.
Staceland.
If I read Stasi?
Yeah.
Stasiland? A book that...
No, I didn't read it.
Okay. So, thank you for your time. Okay. And nice to meet you.
Thank you too.
Give the examples you were going to say about your daughter, the good things and the bad things, about her growing up. You were about to say something.
Especially the commercials. I think I have the impression that she very much depends on it. So and it has a deep impact on her point of view, how what is female, what she needs to have. So she defines herself a lot through things that she has. So and this is something. And she, and this is something she never had the experience how it is to grow up without commercial. And so I think there's a lack of freedom on the one hand, but on the other hand she has so much opportunities, so which is freedom. More freedom than I had, for example, in my childhood. So I think it's both. These are just two different generations.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Very interesting. I didn't know that you had a child.
Yeah.
Because you are so young.
I am.